tiny glimmers of hope on that nasty, early, and deadly flu outbreak. ABC's John Schriffen outside a hospital in Manhattan right now. John, good morning.
Dan, good morning. Here at this emergency room in New York City, the hospital says the percentage of patients they're seeing with flu-like symptoms is about 5 times as many as they saw last year. But the good news around the country is that new numbers show the worst could be behind us. This morning, the flu has spread to 47 states across the country, according to the CDC, crossing the line into epidemic territory. At this hospital in Minnesota, so many patients are coming in with the flu, they're packing 2 to a room. But as the number of cases grow, we're finally seeing a glimmer of hope.
We're seeing the first hint that in some of those southern states that got hit hardest and earliest, it's just starting to come down.
Still, you may not want to put away the tissue boxes just yet. Dr. Richard Besser says many of us are in it for the long haul.
We don't know when this is going to end. This could be the worst flu year in a decade.
What makes this year's flu season so bad? Timing. The outbreak hit around Thanksgiving this year. That's about a month earlier than normal. We're 6 weeks in, and with 6 more to go, doctors say it's not too late to get that flu shot. A recently released study rates this year's vaccine as 62% effective, just moderate. More than 130 million vaccine doses have been distributed nationwide. But many people are now having trouble finding them in their neighborhoods.
Ma'am, I'm being told that we don't have any.
You don't have any left.
No,
Okay.
So how do you know if you're coming down with the flu or just a common cold?
If you think about a cold, it usually affects you from the neck up. So congestion, sinus, fullness, sore throat. But the flu, it's going to affect your whole body. In addition to those symptoms, you're going to feel achy all over.
If you can't find the flu vaccine at your local pharmacy, head on over to flu.gov. There you can use their vaccine finder by punching in your zip code, and it will tell you where to go. Dan, Bianna?
Some helpful tips that it's not too late to get your flu shot right now. And our senior medical contributor, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, is here. Tell us about some alternative treatments to help people suffering with the flu.
Good morning, you guys.
Good morning to you. Jen, you're a Western trained physician, but you do believe that these alternative medicines actually help.
Yeah, and I do. And I think there's, in an ideal world, you integrate both the best of traditional medicine with the best of complementary medicine. To be clear, Bianna, this is not a substitute for traditional medicine. This is in addition to. And I think it can be very effective.
So it looks like you've got like a sorcerer's workshop.
That's right.
So walk us through what you've got here. This is turmeric?
Right, turmeric. Now this is called, also known as Indian gold, and we're talking about the active ingredient curcumin. This is what gives curry, obviously, the yellow flavor. Has been studied and found to have really strong antiviral and antibacterial properties. I add this to my eggs, but you can add it to soup too.
And for years we've been hearing about zinc and how effective zinc could be. Does it matter when you start taking it?
Most people start taking zinc when they feel the common cold coming on. Much better for the cold than for the flu. You can take a little bit extra when you're feeling sick. It can shorten the duration of symptoms. You want to use caution, not use the nasal form, because that can affect your sense of smell.
And what's this thing right here, a neti pot?
You've never tried this?
No.
Okay, so we're talking, Ron.
Right. Yeah.
So we're talking.
Is this a personal failing?
So I'll show you later. So we're talking about cleaning out the nasal passages, and it can be very effective in easing that sense of congestion. You do want to use bottled or distilled water, room temperature, add some saline to it, and short-term use only, you guys. You don't want to use this every single day because that can actually cause more problems than it helps.
And how about mom's favorite medicine? Some
Yeah,
homemade chicken noodle soup.
Mom,
It's
grandma,
effective?
they were actually right. There is science behind it. There's some kind of synergy or combination of ingredients within chicken soup that shortens the duration of symptoms, affects the white blood cells so they don't pack to the area and create more mucus. How's that for an early morning word?
Yeah,
but
excellent.
very, very effective, and it's not found with other soups.
And it's
Dr.
very
Ashton
soothing.
dropping the M-bomb on morning television.
Sorry.
We appreciate it. And by the way, this is complimentary stuff, not to replace traditional Western
Absolutely
medicine.
not, and you
Okay.
always want to tell your healthcare provider when you're using any of these.
And everybody should still get their flu shot if they haven't
Get
yet.
their flu shot and always weigh the risks versus the benefits.